Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today is April 2nd, 2026, and the war between Iran, Israel, and the United States has reached a critical turning point. Just hours ago, events unfolded that changed everything. President Trump gave a speech claiming victory, and within 30 minutes, Iran launched missiles at Israel. Let me give you 10 updates, and let me be clear about what is really happening. Update 1. Iran launched missiles less than 30 minutes after President Trump finished his national address. The IDF confirmed multiple interceptions, but here is what matters. An Iranian military spokesman mocked the event. He sarcastically called it a meteor shower from Mars. This was not a defeat. This was a message. Update 2. President Trump said, and I quote, "We'll hit Iran extremely hard for 2 to 3 more weeks." He promised to bring Iran back to the Stone Ages. But then he also said U.S. strategic objectives are nearly complete. Those two statements do not match. You cannot bomb a country for 3 more weeks and claim victory today. Update 3. The Strait of Hormuz is almost closed. Traffic has dropped 94%. Only a handful of ships are getting through. Before this war, 20% of the world's traded oil passed through that strait. Now, oil is at $108 per barrel. Prices have surged nearly 50%. This affects every single person watching this video: your fuel, your food, your electricity. Update 4. The United Kingdom is hosting a 35-nation summit. Every G7 country except the United States will be there, plus the UAE and Bahrain. They want to reopen the strait diplomatically, but here is the key detail. No nation has volunteered to force it open militarily, not one. Everyone wants action. No one wants to fight. Update 5. The UAE says its air defenses have engaged nearly 2,500 Iranian projectiles. That is 438 ballistic missiles, 19 cruise missiles, and over 2,000 drones. But debris from intercepted drones killed one person and injured another. Even when you stop the weapon, the pieces still fall. Update 6. Iran is not backing down, a military spokesman said, and I quote, "We have hidden stockpiles." He claimed the U.S. has only targeted insignificant centers. He said, "The centers you think you have targeted are insignificant." Whether that is true or propaganda, the message is clear. Iran is telling the world, you have not beaten us. Update 7. Let me give you the human cost. In Iran, over 1,900 people are dead. In Lebanon, over 1,200. In Israel, 19. In the Gulf states and the West Bank, more than 24. 13 U.S. service members have been killed. 10 Israeli soldiers have died in Lebanon. And more than 1 million people have been displaced in Lebanon alone. These are not numbers. These are human beings, families, children. Lives destroyed while politicians argue. Update 8. Israel has killed 2 high-value targets. The first, Haj Yusuf Ismail Hashem. He was Hezbollah's Southern Front commander, killed in a strike in Beirut. The second, Mahdi Vafei, a senior engineering officer in Iran's Quds force, killed in central Iran. Israel is not just defending, Israel is hunting. Update 9. Iran's president wrote a letter to the American people. He accused the U.S. administration of fighting as a proxy for Israel. He said Iran has no enmity toward ordinary Americans. But at the same time, Iran's foreign ministry called Trump's ceasefire claims false and baseless. So which is it? The president says one thing, the foreign ministry says another. That tells you everything about the confusion inside Tehran. Update 10. The global fallout is accelerating. First, President Trump is strongly considering pulling the United States out of NATO. Why? Because NATO refused to join the attacks on Iran. If the U.S. leaves NATO, the alliance collapses. That changes the entire world order. Second, the UAE has banned Iranian nationals from entering or transiting through the country. The only exception is for golden visa holders. An entire nationality is being turned away. Third, Iraq has started trucking oil across Syria to the Mediterranean. They are bypassing the Hormuz blockade. But think about that. Oil is being trucked across a war zone. That is not a solution. That is desperation. So where do we stand? President Trump wants you to believe the war is almost over. He says strategic objectives are complete, but Iran is still launching missiles. The Strait of Hormuz is still blocked. Oil is over $100, and the U.S. is threatening to leave NATO. This is not victory. This is escalation with a smile. Here is what you need to watch in the coming days. First, the 35-nation summit. If diplomacy fails, what then? No one wants to fight, but no one wants to back down either. Second, the Strait of Hormuz. If traffic does not reopen soon, the global economy will feel real pain, not just oil prices, everything. Third, NATO. If the U.S. leaves, Europe stands alone, and China and Russia will watch very closely. And finally, the human cost. Over 3,000 dead in Iran and Lebanon alone, 1 million displaced. This war is not being fought in a vacuum. It is being fought on the bodies of ordinary people. Ladies and gentlemen, stay informed. Verify everything you hear. Both sides are using propaganda. Both sides want you to believe they are winning. The truth is usually somewhere in the middle, and right now, the middle is a very dangerous place to be. Thank you.